The Worthless Penny, written and illustrated by Grayson Masters, narrated by Matthew Hall. He was a worthless, good-for-nothing, no-good penny that spent his days in the bottom of a boy's pocket. And sometimes the boy would reach into his pocket and gently rub the penny between his fingers. Other times he'd bounce the penny in the palm of his hand. And on some occasions he'd squeeze the penny as tightly as he could. But the one thing the boy never, ever did was spend the penny. Meanwhile, other coins were always coming and going through the boy's pocket, and one day a nickel arrived. So the penny asked the nickel, "Why doesn't the boy spend me?" The nickel knew. He can't do anything with you. He can't put you in a vending machine. He can't put you in a parking meter. Come to think of it, about the only thing he can put you in is a penny press. That's why it takes 5 of you to be worth 1 me. And with that, the boy reached into his pocket, scooped up the nickel, and spent him. And the boy never saw that nickel again. Then one day, a dime arrived in the boy's pocket. So the penny asked the dime, "Why doesn't the boy spend me?" The dime knew. "He's embarrassed by you. You're not made of beautiful shiny silver like all the other coins. You're the only coin that's a dull copper color. And your sides are so boring and bare. If you look at the really worthy coins, you'll see we have ridges on our sides that look like crowns. That's why it takes 10 of you to be worth 1 me." And just like the nickel before, the boy reached into his pocket, scooped up the dime, and spent her. And the boy never saw that dime again. Then one day a quarter arrived in the boy's pocket. So the penny asked the quarter, "Why doesn't the boy spend me?" The quarter knew. "He knows he can't give you to an adult. He's grown up watching them go out of their way to avoid you, and seen them do just about anything to get rid of you. That's why it takes 25 of you to be worth 1 me." And just like the nickel and dime before, the boy reached into his pocket, scooped up the quarter, and spent him. And the boy never saw that quarter again. But eventually, the words of the nickel, the dime, and the quarter began to take their toll, and the penny felt ashamed to be a penny. Time didn't make things any better. As the boy grew, countless coins passed through his pocket, and they all got spent, except for him. All the boy ever did with him was rub him between his fingers, bounce him in the palm of his hand, or squeeze him tight. But then, one day, something very peculiar happened. It started normal enough. The boy reached into his pocket and felt for the penny like he'd always done before. But this time, he didn't rub the penny. He didn't bounce the penny. And he didn't squeeze the penny. Instead, for the very first time, the boy took the penny out of his pocket and gently cradled him in his hands. And then he said, "Thank you for always being there for me. In times when I felt nervous, I would rub you between my fingers, and that helped calm my nerves. In times when I felt shy, I would bounce you in the palm of my hand, and that helped give me confidence. And in times when I felt scared, I would squeeze you as tightly as I could, and that helped me act brave. You are my lucky penny." And in that moment, the penny began to realise something he hadn't realised before. The nickel, the dime, and the quarter weren't right. At all. He wasn't worthless. The real reason the boy never ever spent him was just the opposite. He was priceless. The boy then softly whispered to the penny, "Never let anyone make you feel worthless, because to me, you're worth more than all the nickels, dimes, and quarters in the world." The boy then gently returned the penny back to his pocket. And over the years that followed, whenever he needed a little luck, the boy would rub the penny, or bounce the penny, or squeeze the penny. But the one thing the boy never ever did was spend the penny. The end.